Have you ever looked at your paycheck and wondered, where did it all go? You work hard, you wake up early, you spend 40, 50, sometimes even 60 hours a week working, you meet deadlines, you deal with stress, you sacrifice weekends, and yet by the end of the month, your bank account is almost empty. You tell yourself, maybe next month will be different. But next month comes, and somehow nothing changes. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of hardworking people are stuck in the exact same cycle. They're not lazy, they're not irresponsible. They're simply playing a financial game with rules they were never taught. Because here's a truth that might surprise you: working hard does not automatically make you wealthy. In fact, some of the hardest working people in the world struggle financially for decades, while others seem to build wealth much faster. Why? Is it luck? Better jobs? Higher intelligence? Not exactly. The real reason is much deeper than that. And once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. From the moment we're young, we're taught one simple formula: study hard, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard, everything else will eventually fall into place. It sounds reasonable. And for many years, it worked. But today's world is different. Today, even people earning decent salaries often feel like they're constantly behind. You finally get a raise, then rent goes up, groceries become more expensive, gas prices increase, insurance costs more, unexpected bills appear, and suddenly that raise you worked so hard for has already disappeared. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, you're exhausted, but you're not actually getting anywhere. The frustrating part is that most people blame themselves. They think, maybe I don't work hard enough. Maybe I need more overtime. Maybe I just need another job. So they work even harder. But somehow they still end up in the same place. And that's because the problem isn't your work ethic. The problem is the system you're relying on. The frustrating part is that the harder many people work, the more trapped they feel. Imagine two buckets. One holds your income, the other holds your expenses. Every payday, money flows in, but bills, debt, subscriptions, and unexpected costs drain it almost immediately. Most people think the solution is earning more. But if your financial habits don't change, a bigger paycheck simply disappears faster. Wealth isn't created by how much money you earn. It's created by how much money you keep and what you do with it afterward. The truth is, most people aren't broke because they don't work hard. They're stuck because of a few financial traps that quietly drain their wealth. One of these traps affects almost everyone, even people earning six figures, and most don't realize they're caught in it until it's too late. Let's start with the most common trap: lifestyle inflation. Imagine you finally get a raise. You promise yourself you'll save more, but then you upgrade your lifestyle: a nicer apartment, a newer phone, more meals out, and before you know it, the raise that once felt life changing has quietly become your new normal. The problem isn't the raise, it's that every extra dollar already has somewhere to go before you even receive it. Now let's talk about something even more dangerous: debt. Debt isn't always bad, but consumer debt quietly steals your future. A financed phone, a car payment, credit card balances. Each payment seems manageable on its own, but together they consume tomorrow's income. Instead of working for your future, you're working to pay for your past. And the more debt you carry, the fewer choices you have when opportunities appear. Even if you save money consistently, inflation quietly reduces what those savings can buy. The number in your bank account may stay the same, but its purchasing power slowly shrinks as prices rise. That's why saving is important. But eventually, your money also needs the opportunity to grow. And even if you overcome all of these challenges, there's one final trap that limits almost everyone's income. Most jobs pay you for your time. The problem is that time is limited. You can work longer hours for more income, but only until you run out of energy. People who build wealth eventually own assets instead of relying only on hours worked. Investments, businesses, books, rental properties, or digital content can continue producing value long after the initial work is done. That's the difference between earning income and building wealth. Financially successful people don't just ask, how can I earn more? They ask, how can today's income create tomorrow's freedom? When they receive extra money, they invest part of it, learn new skills, or build assets instead of immediately upgrading their lifestyle. Their goal isn't to look rich, it's to become financially secure. Building wealth doesn't require one life-changing decision. It starts with consistent habits. Track your spending. Build an emergency fund, eliminate high interest debt, invest part of every raise, keep learning about money. Small decisions repeated over many years create extraordinary results. Here's something I hope you remember long after this video ends. Being broke doesn't always mean you're lazy. It doesn't always mean you're irresponsible. Sometimes it simply means you've been following a financial blueprint that was never designed to build lasting wealth. For decades, many of us were taught one message: work hard, earn a paycheck, spend it, repeat. But the world has changed. Today, working hard is still important, but understanding how money works is just as important. Your income matters, but your habits matter more. Your salary matters, but your decisions matter even more. The good news is that financial habits can change. Every great investor, every successful entrepreneur, every financially independent person started exactly where they were. They didn't become successful because they knew everything. They became successful because they decided to learn. And that's a decision every one of us can make. No matter where you are today, your financial future isn't written yet. The choices you make tomorrow can be different from the choices you made yesterday. And over time, those choices can completely change the direction of your life. So don't measure your progress by how fast you become wealthy. Measure it by how much wiser you become with every financial decision. Working hard can earn you a paycheck, but understanding money can change your future. The sooner you learn the difference, the sooner your money starts working for you instead of the other way around. If you want to make smarter financial decisions and build lasting wealth, subscribe to Danino Finance Hub. Every week, we'll turn complex money topics into practical lessons you can actually use. If there's one idea from today's video that changed the way you think, let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you know someone who's working hard but still struggling financially, share this video with them. It might be the conversation that changes the way they think about money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.